Now, what Ondo does is they take those same assets, those treasuries, and represent them on a blockchain. Kind of like a stablecoin issuer, and how they will issue a stablecoin to users who give them money, and then they take that money and they go out and buy US treasuries. But the difference here is that instead of offering a stablecoin, which doesn't pay any yield, and also is in a way a derivative of a treasury, right? It's a stablecoin in return for the treasury. In this case, Ondo more directly is granting you exposure to US treasuries. So imagine this, you deposit money into what is called the Ondo Short-Term US Treasuries Fund, or the OUSG Fund, which is a tokenized fund managed by Ondo Capital Management. And then Ondo is going to take that money, they're going to go out and buy US treasuries, and then you are issued a token on a blockchain representing your ownership of the fund, essentially, right? And in this case, this is essentially, right, treasuries that exist within that fund. Now, the reason the tokenized version of this matters is because, one, this enables 24/7 markets and trading of short-term US treasuries. Kind of like stablecoins once again, but it's different because this is a tokenized fund that you're getting access to, which also does pay yield. So we'll get to that in a second, but you also have faster settlement, right? So instead of having to wait for 2 days of settlement to happen in the back end of your securities transactions, normally the blockchain can help you to settle these transactions instantly. And then you also have global access to these treasuries. So technically, anyone around the world could buy these OUSG treasury funds from Ondo. Now, practically, Ondo has to make sure that the people that are buying these US treasuries are being vetted to some degree. And then you have programmability, right? So there's different functions that you can get out of having this treasury that exists on the blockchain, right? So now you could use this treasury as collateral in a decentralized lending market, or create any other smart contract functionality on top of a US treasury. And then you have the fact that the yield from these treasuries is essentially being paid out in real time by the token accruing more value.